everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new here. I appreciate all of you. So here we are working with my non-dominant hand. It's always a fun one. But before we get started with that, I wanted to start doing a shout out to the first person to comment on the previous video. And the first person for that video that commented is Eileen. Thanks, babe, for always supporting me and always just, you're amazing. Your words are amazing. Your support is amazing. And you're my cup of tea. You are hilarious and you keep things interesting. Anyway, so I just wanted to give a shout out to her. I will link her channel in the description box. She also has a YouTube channel, and she has been up on the screen while I've been talking. So thanks, girl, for being the first person to comment on my previous video. I'm going to start doing that in all my videos now. Something a little fun, because we all kind of race to be the first one to comment anyway on each other's videos. So why not give that person a little shout out? But anyway, moving on. So today we are working with my non-dominant hand. I've definitely gotten better over the years, but I still struggle. Like, I'm watching right now and like how I'm holding my brush. I'm like, it's just awkward looking. But, you know, you figure it out and you do the best you can. So this set was done first. And then I did the blue set that you guys just saw. But I posted that set first, obviously. So this is that same glitter, Why So Serious, from Glam and Glitz. And then the thumb is that same lighthearted color. And so I wanted to keep those the same and then just change up the actual color on my hands. So anyway, oh man, working with your non-dominant hand is definitely, it's a task, but it does get easier the more you do it. I will have to say that when I first started, like I took forever, and they needed so much filing to do afterwards, but filing was so hard. And it was just, like when you're trying to learn with your dominant hand and teach yourself how, that muscle memory and how to do things properly with the hand that, you function with on a normal basis and has the coordination, like that's hard in itself. But to teach your other hand that does not have that coordination, that does not have the same type of muscle usage, does not know what it's doing, basically, to do something intricate like this can be frustrating. Like for me, when I in using the e-file, when I'm holding it in my right hand, I have my pinky and I brace my pinky. But for some reason, when I'm holding the e-file in my left hand, my pinky does not go there. Like I don't know if I'm holding it wrong, but my pinky doesn't reach to brace. So I try to get myself to do that because I'm trying to, teach this hand to brace with the pinky, but it doesn't happen. I don't know. I'm just holding it funky, and it doesn't want to do it. So, I end up using, you'll see. Anyway, so, I always, if I'm doing both my hands in the same setting, I like to do my non-dominant hand first or work with my non-dominant hand first, because that one just takes longer and it's just easier when I'm done with that one, and just I flow through on the other hand. And so, but it just, I don't know. I've definitely gotten better, but I still struggle, and it still takes me longer than my other hand. But anyway, so this was kind of a freestyle. Not kind of, it was. I picked some colors and that's about it. I'm trying to do more of those, more freestyles, because if you've, heard me say this, if you've been around, you've heard me say this, that I don't freestyle anymore. Like, it's not that I don't know how, it doesn't turn out how I want it to anymore. I don't know what happened and when that changed, but when I first started doing nails, I loved to freestyle. That's all I did. I would look at a couple pictures maybe, and then I would just go, or I would just sit at my nail desk and I would just create. And at some point that stopped being a thing, and it started becoming really hard for me to even decide what to do on my own nails. Like I would overthink it, and or it would just turn out messy and chaotic. It wouldn't flow. Just all types of stuff like that. So I just really have gotten to a point where I hate freestyling, because I feel like I don't know how to do it anymore. And that's just a bunch of BS. Because, yeah. So anyway, I am going to start freestyling more, because it's even hard for me to like pick a set and know what I'm doing on each nails. Like that's easier for me when I actually sit down, but God, I sit there for 2 days trying to figure out what I'm going to do on my freaking hands. And I can't figure it out. It's horrible. So, I am just really going to start working on things that I want to get better at, and freestyling is one of them. So that's what we're doing here. This one was all right. Like it's not my favorite. I definitely wish I would have done some things different. Like I wish I wouldn't have done my thumb solid for sure. But it is what it is. It turned out all right, and I rocked it and I loved it. But anyway, so fuck, what was I gonna say? I just had a brain fart. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Well, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what I was about to say, but obviously it wasn't too important because it totally slipped my mind. So if you see right here, as I'm capping this lighthearted color, for some reason it turns more purple. I don't know if that's because the monomer with the clear acrylic, or it just, I don't know, but it's all right. It turned out beautiful anyway. And so I'm using my number 10 Koopa brush. I don't use this brush very often. It's crimped slightly off. But with these acrylics, they're more like you got to kind of paint them on. And so it was a smaller brush that I had. I should have used a bigger brush for capping, but whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, so I hope everybody is doing good and enjoying the change of the weather. It's raining here today. We've had a couple nice days, but it hasn't been consistent enough for us to like put in our AC units yet. But hopefully that'll be soon. Like today it's pouring down rain with thunder and lightning, and I'm just like, wait, what? But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch some of this application for a little bit. And I was using my dynamic monomer in this video. I'm basically out of it now, thank God. But with the dynamic, it leaves just such an oily, like, film residue, cakey, like around my skin. And then when the acrylic dries, it almost has like a sticky, like if you've ever worked with like odorless or something. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. So when I'm doing, I don't know, I needed to cap these nails because like napkin fuzz would get stuck to it, and just stuff would get stuck to those nails, and I don't want to encapsulate that stuff, and it's hard to get it off. So that's kind of why I'm doing that this way instead of just capping all at once in the end. And it actually seemed to go by pretty, like it seemed to speed it up for some reason. I don't know how or why, but it did. Anyway, so I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and watch this, and I will pop back on here in a little bit. So I'm using a 80/80 grit file, I believe. Maybe it's 60/60, I'm not sure. These were gifted to me from Paige X Nails, my beautiful bestie. So filing with your non-dominant hand. When I'm filing with my regular hand, Graham strong hand. When I file using my right hand, I still am like throwing up gang signs and just, this is even worse, okay? Filing this hand is even worse. Excuse me. So I still follow my same filing routine as I do, but instead of taking my left hand and having that do most of the filing, like you'll see in some instances, like right here, I'm using my right hand to do like the filing movements, just if that makes sense. When I first started doing nails, my left hand did not do any movements. Like my right hand still did all the work on the file. My left hand just held the file. So I'm definitely getting better. And I try to challenge myself sometimes and be like, okay, I'm not gonna, let my right hand assist. But this time I didn't care. I was like, whatever. But anyway, so I stick to my same filing routine, you guys. And so when I use these 80/80 grit files or whatever, because I don't use them all the time, but I just have a bunch of them, so I'm using them. I like to use them more or less with like longer nails. But when I use these, I like, after I do this main filing, normally I would go into my e-file and use my 5-in-1 bit, but because this grit is such a coarse grit and the scratches are so like big or deep or whatever, I like to go back in with like a 100 grit, 180 grit, real quick, just kind of over the entire nail surface that I just filed. That way, when it is time to finish file and get ready for gel polish, you don't see like those scratches. If you know, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, but these do cut down on my filing time, and I don't have to file as much or press as hard. And as someone with carpal tunnel, doing nails has aggravated it very, very much. As well as I've been working a little bit, like going in and helping Brad at work and stuff, so I'm using my hands a lot more, and just housework, dishes, stuff like that. So the last couple months, my hands and wrists have just been screaming at me. Like right now I'm doing a soak off and my hand is falling asleep. So anyway, having a coarser hand file definitely helps that, as well as getting a better e-file. Oh look, I cut myself right there. I wasn't even on my freaking nail. Like I was way off. I couldn't even see over there. I was just guessing, and I was like, whoa, I just cut myself. Not even close to my fingernail. Anyway, it didn't really like bleed or anything. You saw about what the extent of it was, but regardless, that shit's crazy. And I seasoned this file, so. But anyway, getting a e-file that has one of those, the newer ones, that's like a brushless motor and a thinner hand piece, has really helped with my carpal tunnel too. It just doesn't put as much stress, I guess, on it, as you can say, or something. I don't know. The pinky is always the worst to file, no matter what hand I'm doing. It's just horrible. Like it's so hard, and it hurts. Okay, so now I'm just kind of really fast, just going in with this 100/180 grit, nail file. This is one that I just kind of keep on my desk that I use on myself. I have like a little, it's like a little holder, I guess. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's like a little holder where I keep just a couple different files that I use on myself. And so that's what I'm doing real quick right here, just to help out. And then I go in with my 5-in-1, and seal the cuticles and kind of just re-go over any surface stuff that I need to. And then these tips, so these were stiletto tips that I cut down into a coffin, and they don't really have like a curve underneath. So I go in and I kind of just give it a little bit of a curve on the underside and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, just my basic filing routine. I've been thinking about how I'm going to do my shaping video. I don't know if I want to do it live or if I want to do it on myself, or if I want to do it on a practice hand or a live model. I'm not quite sure. I just know that doing a voiceover probably isn't going to be the best idea. And then I feel like my hand, like, maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do it on my hand and my practice hand, so that way, because obviously if you're working on somebody, the way you hold the file and stuff is different than when you're working on yourself in a way. So yeah, anyway, I've been thinking about that, how I'm going to do that. I've really been wanting to do that. And yeah, so these 5-in-1s are literally my all-time favorite. I use these, and that's really all I buy. I buy different, like I'll buy 3x coarse for removal, and then I use a medium and a fine for this step right here. And I just stock up on them because they're my go-to. I like these a lot more than just a regular barrel. And they have like a little safety on the edge. These aren't the sharp ones. But those are nice too. I have actually been starting to use those on myself. I'm not there with clients yet. But yeah, so it's basically my normal filing routine. And yeah, so I will come back when it's the next step. All right, so now that I have done all of my filing, I went and washed my hands, all of that. I knew I needed some stickers. So I kind of pulled these out. I cut a few minutes of this part out of me just like trying to decide what finger and what stickers and going back and forth and back and forth. So I saved you guys watching that. But anyway, so I am just designing these with some stickers, this nail, and I believe my thumbnail. I don't have these nails on anymore. I'm getting ready to do a new set. But anyway, so they just needed something to them. I didn't really want to add bling because all the glitter that was in them. So yeah, I just went in with these cute little stickers and, yeah, and then I top coat and then that's it. So, I want to thank everybody for all of your support. Thank all of my subscribers. I want to thank everybody that likes and comments on my videos. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave a comment, and remember, if you're first to comment on this video, you will get a shout out on the next video. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I have a couple more in the works that are being edited and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Ooh, baby. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. It's so bright you can't even see my stickers. Look at that glow. I love it. Yeah, these were super bright, and it didn't take much to get them bright. So anyway, enjoy. Love you guys.